Hi and Jumbo, welcome to this channel. Today I want us to think about phrases we have used in the past without knowing and with no intention, but they have become counterproductive. My name is Margaret Jeroge and I have been in early childhood education for a long time. These are some of the things that I've noticed and seen, and of course a little bit of research to know that they indeed are counterproductive. They come to the child differently than the way that we would like to. Let's dive in. The way we talk to our children becomes their inner voice. That phrase was coined by Peggy Omar, who is well-known advocate for natural parenting. And this lingers true. Look back on the many times maybe a word was thrown to you when you were young, and the adults in your life never intended that word to come negatively to you, but it did. And I will tell you the truth. These are not phrases we can tell our friends or our co-workers or our relatives. Most of the time coined to children. When your child is throwing a beautiful tantrum, we tell them stop crying. It just invalidates their feelings. It says that whatever way you are expressing yourself is wrong. Instead, we can say, I see that you are upset. Can you tell me what's wrong? The other one is when a child asks you a question and you say, because I said so. This is so common in the marketplace because sometimes the children, especially when they are young, they are in their age of asking as many questions. Why, and why? And sometimes it becomes a little nagging, tedious. And most of the time when we ask them to do something and they ask why, we say, because I said so. We know technically we did not help the child be able to reason why we do things the way we do them. The best approach is to just give them the right answer. If, for example, you tell the child go ahead and eat vegetables and they say why, just explain to them that it is important so that we can stay healthy. I want you to think. If you tell a child because I said so and the conversation has ended, I want you to imagine the child who had the explanation. They were left thinking. So it increases the vocabulary, it increases the way the child reasons, and they see things in a wider range. And they are more likely to do the things because it will make sense to them. Sometimes, most of the time, children are just looking for proof. And sometimes you have to give them the proof, the one they can understand using their senses. The other one is, you are fine. Especially when maybe the child is upset and we just tell them, you're fine. Or maybe the child is saying, I want something, and they say, you're fine. This dismisses a child's feelings and discourages them from sharing what it is that they're feeling, all their emotions. What should we say instead? I understand that you're upset. Let's talk about it. Doesn't that sound a little better? Because you're validating their own feelings. Next, practice makes perfect. This seems so good. It does. Does it? Really? Does it? So the child ends up practicing, writing that A, drawing that perfect shape, and it is not coming. So it really is frustrating to the child because they're not going to be perfect. And while they will be able to write, it may not be perfect the way they see perfect as. It ends up giving them pressure of something to do something that is not necessarily there, and they become afraid of mistakes. What can we say instead of practice makes perfect? We can tell them practice until you become better. That's way open-ended. There is no end to it. They can keep on practicing until they become better. That is a way better way to help them be able to know that mistakes are a part of learning. The other one is, I told you so. Imagine the child was running around and you're maybe warning the child that you're gonna fall, and then they continue doing it and then they fall. Maybe they hurt themselves and you tell them, I told you so. That's sometimes it's hard. Children don't have the propensity to inhibit themselves because they do not have the experience of what hurt means. They just have the propensity for playing because that is their nature. And so when we tell them, honestly, we are taunting them. Technically, it doesn't teach them anything constructive. They're still gonna go ahead and repeat it. What can we say instead? What do you think we can do next time? Oh, I noticed you're hurt. Are you crying because you're hurt, or you're crying because you're scared? By emphasizing these new statements, you can help to build the child's confidence in a nurturing way, and in a way that at least it validates their own feelings, their own emotions, in their own experiences as young people who are learning from us, and they're learning, of course, how we respond and how we interact with the environment. Thank you so much again for listening. Remember to subscribe, also comment there, let me know what kind of phrases that you experienced or have experiences, or even the phrases you have overlooked. Thank you so much for listening. See you in the next video.